Okay, people, back again. New and exciting. My old vacuum sealer went kaput. I bought a new one. This is a chambered vacuum sealer, which is like a whole nother playing level than that. Old POS Ziploc branded vacuum sealer, which uses these ridiculous, you can use the food saver ones, but these ridiculously expensive vacuum bags. They're perforated, super expensive. I bought like rolls of these things. I think I was at Costco or something, got put together on it, like most things at Costco, other than their meat department, which is absolutely fantastic. But anyways, Avid Armor Ultra is what I bought. It's about $399, and I feel as if it should be worth every penny. If it works the way I'm hoping it does, and if it's as reliable and lasts as the length that I want to, I can reseal chips with it. Also, they do send you a whole bunch of bags. The nice thing about these bags that you can get just about anywhere online is that they're less than 10 cents a piece, probably more around 4, depending on where you buy it from, but about 4 cents a piece versus the food saver stuff or any of the ones that have these textured components to the bags. Anyways, these are about $1 a piece. So I'm going to burn through these though, and so that's where you make up a lot of your money, is when you're spending a lot less for the bags. That's where you save the money. That's where you get the money back on this. Not only that, but it just does a better job of actually vacuum sealing. You can vacuum seal liquids like water. You can put a gallon of water in one of these bags and it'll vacuum seal it and it'll stay in there, which is amazing because you can't do that with the normal vacuum sealer bags. The liquid will just suck straight out of here. So you can do marinades and things along those lines with this. You can vacuum pack and freeze soup. Anything is liquid, it's going to vacuum seal it, and you're not going to have the leakages that you would get using one of those other types, those other styles, I guess, of vacuum sealers. So this is a chambered vacuum sealer. Again, it's Avid Armor. You buy it direct from them. They test each one before they send it out to you. Pretty cool. I used my old one for chips and things. I got this roll, so what I'll do on this roll here is I'm just going to go in here and see if I can't figure it out and make it work. But I'm just going to stick that on there, close it down. It should be pretty self-explanatory. The nice thing about this also, I gotta say, is the cord is functional. It's actually long enough to where you have room to okay, there's an on button somewhere. Where you have room to put it someplace that's convenient for you. I know I've got rice cookers that the cords are like literally this long, and if it's not like right on, same thing with the crock pots. If it's not right on top of an outlet, that's where it has to be. It's right on top of an outlet. This has actually got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, maybe a 3.5 foot cord, probably. 3.5 foot cord, so you can have a little bit of versatility as where you can put it on your countertop, which is nice. So anyways, I plugged it in. I haven't figured out how to use all this stuff yet, but we're just going to go ahead and use the sealing function. Okay, so right now what it's doing is sucking all the air out of this chamber here, or equalizing the air anyways. And anyways, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't understand it. I know it's awesome and it's going to work well. So there it goes. And the lid lifted a little bit, but as it released the pressure, the important thing here is that I was only doing that to seal the end of this bag because it's a brand new bag. And I bought the rolls because I figured it'd be less expensive to buy the rolls than it would be to buy the individual baggies, because you can cut them into the size of strips you want. I'm just going to use these up. These are worthless to me. I mean, they're worth what they're worth. They're worth the vacuum seal. So last night anyways, there's a bunch of things in my freezer that I threw in the freezer that were not vacuum sealed, and so I wanted to use this machine anyways to vacuum seal, so that it does eliminate I'm gonna say it's gonna eliminate, because in my mind it has to. If there's no air in there, there's no way it's getting there's no way it's gonna get freezer burn. So we're gonna give it a whirl without reading directions, by the way. Pretty straightforward. I did a fair amount of research on the stuff. These folks here had a pretty good rep. They are located there in a company based out of Kansas, and they are online, I guess, an online company based out of Kansas. So I'm pretty sure this is made in China, like everything else, unfortunately. But it seems to be pretty high quality, and they test everything before they send it out. But there we go. So it's got a marinade also, so if you want to marinate something, you just throw your meat in there, throw your whatever, your marinade in there. You can, you know, hit the marinade button and it's gonna leave the marinade in there. It's gonna leave whatever you're marinating in there, and it's gonna, you know, pull, I guess, everything kind of together, which is pretty cool. So that kind of expedites the marinating process. I know you want to set the seal time. The seal time now is set for 4 seconds. I think that 1.5 was kind of what a lot of people were going with. Okay, so it's vacuum time. That's how long it's going to pull down, vacuum for. We're going to try and drop this number here. Again, without reading directions. Alright, well, seal time is 3 seconds is what it wants. Vacuum time, I think that for different items you don't want to necessarily pull it tight. This is Italian sausage anyways, so I don't think it's gonna, I don't need to create a heck of a lot of boost there, but, or like I said, they have an auto setting also, but I don't know, whatever. Auto vac and seal. I guess we'll just give it a shot. What the heck, right? See, the seal pulls down nice and tight. I missed the best part. I forgot. I need to show you this. At least we'll see if it works. If I see it work, but. Oh, that's pretty dope. I thought it didn't work. It worked. Anyways, I think it's going to release the seal if it did, or did it already? It may have already. It did. Okay. So this is pretty cool. It's all vacuum sealed now. So cool. So cool. I got to get I'll get something else to vacuum seal here in a second, but I'll get an overhead view where you can actually see it a little bit better. So that's really neat, really cool. No air. I might bump that up a little bit though. There might be it's not quite pulled as tight as I probably should. Again, I'm not even reading directions. I'm just going at it. I've seen a few people do a few things on the interwebs as I was doing my research on it. So we'll set it there at 21 seconds anyways. And yeah, well, we'll grab something else. Hang tight. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this. Again, I've already got it preloaded with a new vacuum bag and some ham hocks anyhow. 21 second vacuum time, seal for 3 seconds, hit the auto vac and seal button. This is an air, this is not an oil compressor, by the way. Some compressors are filled with oil. This is not, so this is a maintenance free, which isn't better or worse. It just is what it is. The oil ones are actually probably technically better, but if you're using this on just a daily, watch this. How cool is that? Bam! Oh man, how cool. How cool. Nice and airtight. Look at that. Oops, sorry. Nice and airtight. Look at that.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's about right there. Talk about like the real deal vacuum seal, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, we're gonna do some more of those. That was fun. Okay, so let me go over this real quick. Last week I went to the Gulf and I went to a fishing town. I picked up this great fresh shrimp and it was amazing, right? Well, I vacuum sealed it, and this is about the time that the machine went kaput and I just had it. Because it didn't do a very good job anyways, because as you can see, there's like air in here. Even though it started off without air, there is air in here, and that's not a good thing. So I pulled this shrimp out last night, put it in my refrigerator. There's still chunks of ice in it, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, I'll put you on hold while I swap the bags over. I wanted to show you all what I'm talking about with this air and this nonsense. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do to protect the food that's inside the vacuum bag, because the machines they last so long and then they're just done, and they don't really do it as well as something like this vacuum sealer does, because it sucks water and it doesn't get a good seal. You can see there's a little piece of the antenna from the shrimp that got in and got melted together as it sealed it, but it just doesn't do a good job, because if it's got any liquid at all, it pulls. It's a mess. Forget those old ones. Splurge. It's worth it, I promise. Check it out. Hang tight. Alright, so this time around I went with one of their bags just because of the size of the shrimp, which are amazing, and everything else. I just went with one of their bags because mine I don't think were big enough anyways, or I could break out a different size, but I just don't really feel like it. So we'll try one of their bags. We're just going to stick it in here. I'll even leave an antenna hanging, maybe. I'll try not to. It was not intentional to do that, but if it happens, it happens, because these little antennae are really annoying and tough. We can give it a whirl and see if it cares or not. We'll know pretty instantly. So we're just going to put it in there. We're going to close it up. Again, never read directions. I'm going to set the vacuum time a little bit higher than the 21 seconds. So I'll just hit the set button and the plus, and I think a lot of people were going with 23 seconds. And I'll hit the vacuum seal. Here we go again. Right when you don't think it's doing anything, right when you don't think it's gonna work, something's wrong with it. I still got 10 seconds on the vacuum. We're gonna see. It's physics. I'm not a science guy necessarily, but that's just cool. I don't care either way. I don't have to be, right? Okay, looks like I got, one of the other things with this sealer is it does have it gives it a double seal. I did get an antennae in there, but it doesn't care. That's vacuum sealed right there. You can't pull this apart. You're not pulling, well, I guess I did a little bit there, but there's no real significant amount of air in there. It's pulled pretty tight. And it's not letting up, so the seal it took all the way through. And that's what I'm saying. Real deal vacuum seal, you know what I mean? We need Vander Holyfield instead of George Foreman to do this, because that's the real deal right there. But anyways, there it is. That's my first uses of it. I've got a ton more stuff that I want to do, but I'm not going to bore you with it, but I just want to give you all a show on it. So Avid Armor, again, Ultra, $3.99. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. They give you a bunch of bags and a cord that's useful. Solid made. It's got a nice feel to it. It's heavy-ish. Not too heavy. It's got little carrying handles on the sides. Probably, I don't know, 15 pounds. 10 or 15 pounds probably. Pretty cool. Anyways, I'm going to get a bunch of use out of it. And, yeah, let it be there. See ya.